Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany for those of you who are new, so welcome. Today I'll be doing a video about testing out Becca cosmetics. I have basically a full face of products in front of me, so if you want to see how I created this look and how these products performed, then you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Alright, so first I am going to prime my face. So I do have the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which I know and love this. This is my third bottle of this stuff. But with the palette I ordered, I did get a sample of the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and I've never tried it before. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this as my primer today, because I've been on the fence about buying this primer, actually. So this will be a good way to see if I should go out and buy it or not. The sample has quite a bit in it, which is nice. Like, that's a lot. It smells really good. It smells like lavender. Feels hydrating, it's thin. Kind of smells like Fruit Loops. Just gonna go ahead and take it out of my neck since I do have so much on my hands. I wasn't sure how it would go on. So I literally just squeezed out like the entire packet of it. Alright, now I'm going to go wet my sponge and we'll move on to foundation. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation. I'll be using the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream one. I'm going to use my Beauty Blender, which is my Real Techniques one, but these perform like just as good as my Beauty Blender. So I have to say I do love the pump on these. And by these I mean this foundation. So this is in the color Shell, for those of you who are wondering. I matched myself in a store. The lightish, like the lighter shade, I think it was like sand or something, was like too dark. This one I know looks kind of yellowish, but once I let it sit for a second, it kind of like morphed into my skin, because I do have some like yellow tones in my skin. So I'm going to take another pump and do this side of my face. I'm doing a little bit more full coverage because I have a lot of blemishes. I do think this one is a little bit too yellow toned for me, but we're just testing out the foundation, and plus once I put on concealer and contour and everything, I think it will be okay. I think I got some foundation on my shirt, but it'll be fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of concealer. I don't have a Becca concealer. I honestly didn't even know if they made any. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, set my face, do my brows off camera, and then we'll come back to do the eyes. Some like contour, bronzer, blush, highlight, eyes. I think I said eyes, but all that stuff. Okay, so I tried putting on my concealer under my eyes and on my chin, and it like separated so badly. Like, I left my chin on. I had to like take a makeup wipe and wipe off under my eye. You literally cannot set this foundation. So here is like what my chin looks like. This I left alone so I could just show you guys, but under my eyes I had to fix it. I think it looks okay under my eyes, but like I want to be able to set my face because I don't like how it's tacky and foundation will come off. So I'm going to try and keep going and try to use like bronzers and stuff over this foundation. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Becca Bali Sands Sunlit Bronzer. Love the packaging for these, by the way. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my Marc Jacobs bronzer brush, because this brush never lets me down. So it's definitely hard to apply your bronzer correctly when you can't set your face, so it's just gonna like cling to whatever or wherever you set that. I am not liking this foundation at all. Maybe I'd like the other one better, but I've seen people like rave about this foundation, and I honestly just want to ask how, because like I just exfoliated, I moisturized, I literally did everything. The other foundations sometimes do that to me too. Like, I don't know, like I've tried this foundation once before with my Tarte Shape Tape, and it did the same thing, and I was at work, so my face looked like crap all day. This foundation I think just needs to be returned because it is not good. Maybe I'll try the other Becca foundation because I love everything else of theirs that I've tried. I don't know how anyone can get it to look good unless you don't touch your face. I don't know, guys. I guess I'll keep going just so I can try this stuff out, but like, this foundation is horrible. So now I'm gonna dip into the Becca Apres Ski Glow Face Palette. I don't know how to say that first word. I don't know if I even said it right. But yeah, so this is what the palette looks like. And then it has a giant mirror. So I'm going to dip into that pink shade in the top right corner. It's called Winter Berry. That's really pretty. They also have blushed copper, which maybe I'll put a little bit over. I will say their blushes are like super pigmented, so go in with a light hand. Alright, so that is the Winter Berry blush. Now, it says that there's one bronzer in here, which is the one in the bottom right, which is called Bronzed Bondi. Guess I'm going to go ahead and try that out as well. I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush and just dip in there. Whoa, that's really warm toned. Alright, and now for highlight, I think I want to go in with that like icy white color in the middle, which is called Icicle. And the other highlighters in here are Rose Quartz and Opal, which I know I love Opal. I have that one in like one of their minis. So I'm going to go ahead and use that Icicle shade, and I'm just going to use my fan brush. So it has like a blue hue to it, which is really pretty. And now I'm going to dip into a little bit of Opal just to highlight my nose and chin a little bit more, and right up there. So now I'm going to move on to my eyes, and I'm going to be using this palette, which is called the Eyelights palette from the Ski Glow Collection. So I was really excited about this because they have like all of their highlighters in here as eyeshadows. So this is what the palette looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and start putting some shadows on my eyes. So I think for all over my lid, I'm wanting to do like a brown lip. So I hope I can like read these names right. I think it is Opal. It's this one right there. I'm just going to put this all over my eyes. Alright, I'm going to zoom you guys in so you guys can kind of see a little bit better. So I'm just going to dip into that same shade and pack this all over my lid. This is definitely a glowy palette. There isn't any like mattes in here. At least it doesn't look like it. So you can always pair this with another palette. But for the video, I'm just going to do it all with this one palette. Alright, next I'm going to dip into, I believe it is called Toasted Marshmallow. It's this one right there. I'm just going to pack this in my crease. So I'm going to put this in my crease and then blend it a little bit onto my lid. Alright, so next I'm going to dip into the shade Hot Cocoa. It's this chocolatey one right there. I'm just going to take a tapered Morphe brush and put this right in that outer V and blend it into my crease and onto my lid. It has some red tones to it, which is really pretty. Alright, next I'm going to go back in with my Morphe M433 and dip back into, I believe it was Toasted Marshmallow, that light brown, just to help blend it all out. I'm going to drag it up a little bit. And then last time I dip back in to the shade Opal, just to make sure we didn't lose any of that lid color. Okay. Alright, so that is it for the eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes. I'm going to be using my Ardell Mega Volume in the style 250. And then I'll be back and we can do a lipstick color to finish off the look. Alright, so my lashes are on, but I want to go ahead and pop on some shadow underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go in with that shade Toasted Marshmallow, just on a Morphe E18 brush. And just put this right under my lower lash line. Alright, so the last step is just lips. So for lips, I'm going to be using the Becca Lush Lip Color Balm in the shade Toasted Hazelnut. So this is what it looks like. It's just a pretty brown. One of the reasons I like these color balms is because they're shiny and it doesn't make the color seem as intense and in your face, so it's kind of better for everyday wear. And they're just really comfortable on the lips. They're super moisturizing, which is fantastic. So now I'll give you guys my final thoughts on every single Becca product that I used today. Alright, so overall everything was good, but I absolutely hated the Ultimate Coverage Foundation. I'm going to try it again with like different primers and stuff. I used the Becca First Light Priming Filter and it clings to your dry patches, which I exfoliated, I moisturized. I just think it's not going to work out for me. I mean, if you love it, that's great. I'm thrilled, but like for me personally, so far this is just no good. And I hate how I cannot put concealer over this foundation or set it because it will look like it's breaking apart on my skin. That being said, if I want like a dewy luminous day and I'm not worried about my foundation transferring, this is a great foundation for that. Next, I guess I will talk about the face palette. I actually really like this. You get a lot of good colors in it. The highlight I think is really pretty. It's like a blue to pink shift depending on where it's at. Like over the highlight, it's obviously going to be a little bit more pink, purpley shift. I really like that. I like the blush. As always, they're super pigmented. I didn't try the other blush. The bronzer is good. It is really warm toned, so be careful with that if you are super fair like me and if you like a more cool toned bronzer. Opal is great. Rose Quartz, I think I'm a little too pale for that, but I love the giant mirror and the packaging is to die for. So this is a good buy. I would actually recommend this. And then as far as the eyeshadow palette, I actually really like it. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about having all shimmers, but I think it's actually really pretty and it's glowy. This will probably be a palette that I'll actually wear to go skiing. It just looks really flattering on the eyes, I think, and I think it's a cool concept that they put their highlighters as eyeshadows. The packaging is a little bulky, but personally I don't hate it because I feel like it makes the shadows feel more like protected and sturdy. I love the packaging on this one as well. It's super beautiful. I don't know how I love that it's a circle because I can't like just set it in with my palettes. I'll have to like put it in a drawer or just leave it on my counter, which I'll probably leave these on my counter because they're so pretty. But yeah, the primer, the First Light Priming Filter, I really liked. It felt really hydrating. It smelled great. It kind of felt a little bit more hydrating and like a lotion compared to the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which I love that one as well. I've literally gone through like 3 of those. What else is there? Oh, and the lip balm, I actually do really like these. I want to pick up more colors. I decided to go with one that wasn't a nude since I can wear this in the fall, and I really like the color. So, I think that is everything. Oh, and the bronzer and Bali Sands that I used originally, I really love those. Those are great. I love how they have a different range for everyone, like if you're light to deep, and those bronzers are fantastic. Alright, so that is it for this testing Becca Cosmetics video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot, and let me know what brands you guys want to see next. And yeah, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!